Hey everyone, welcome back. So, you know how much we love geeking out about the future of, well, pretty much everything,
Pretty much.
but especially travel. And
Yeah,
today,
definitely travel.
yeah, today we're going deep on something that's been generating a ton of buzz, Airport 4.0.
Yeah. It's a pretty catchy name.
It is. It sounds kind of futuristic, right? Like, what even is Airport
It
4.0?
is super futuristic. It's not just like, oh, let's put up some more charging stations and call it a day. We're talking a complete transformation using all the techie goodness like AI and big data to completely change how airports work.
Okay, see, now you're speaking my language. We actually dug into a whole bunch of research on this, including a pretty intense academic paper on, like, the sustainable implementation of Airport 4.0 technologies. Don't worry, we'll spare you the super techie jargon.
It's pretty dense stuff.
Yeah, and just pull out the stuff that actually matters for, everyday travelers like you and me.
Exactly.
Mm.
Because, like, at the end of the day, who cares if an airport is run by a supercomputer if you're still stuck in a security line for 3 hours?
Right. Exactly. And let's be real, passenger growth is exploding. Like, by 2036, they're predicting double the number of flyers.
Yeah, double. Can you imagine?
It's mind-blowing. So airports have to evolve, not just to handle all those people, but to make the experience, less miserable for everyone involved.
Yeah, because nobody wants to spend their vacation time crammed into a terminal like sardines.
Okay, for real.
Yeah.
So how does Airport 4.0 actually fix that? Like, what's the magic solution?
Well, picture this. You walk into the airport, no more of those crazy long check-in lines.
Please tell me robots are
Oh,
involved.
there are definitely robots involved, but like helpful robots. Think, like a friendly robot guide who meets you at the door, whisks you through a super efficient check-in process.
Okay, I'm listening.
And your boarding pass,
Oh.
already on your phone, digitally linked to your identity, making the whole thing a breeze.
Okay, that's a good start. But what about security? That's like the biggest time suck in the airport.
That's where the AI really comes in. Behind the scenes, it's analyzing data, optimizing security procedures, maybe even personalizing them based on, like, your travel history, risk profile, all that good stuff.
So less random bag checks and more targeted security measures. I can get down with that.
Exactly.
But okay, let's talk about the AI for a sec. Because whenever I hear that, I immediately go to like sci-fi movies where the robots become self-aware and take over the world.
Right, like in Terminator or something.
Exactly. So is that something we should actually be worried about in airports?
It's a valid concern for sure,
Yeah.
especially with computing power growing so fast. Like, it is.
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying how fast things are progressing.
It is. But the focus, at least for now, should be on making sure we develop what's called ethical AI.
Ethical AI, so like AI with a conscience.
Basically, yeah.
Mm.
Designing these systems to prioritize human well-being. In an airport setting, that might mean making sure AI is used to, say, improve accessibility for passengers with disabilities instead of just, speeding everyone through as fast as possible.
Oh, I like that. So it's not just about efficiency for the sake of efficiency, but actually using tech to make travel better for everyone.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
So how does Airport 4.0 go beyond just like making things faster? We've tackled lines, security. What about the actual passenger experience? Okay, so we've covered like lines and security, how Airport 4.0 can tackle those. But what about the actual passenger experience? How does it go beyond just like making things faster?
Okay, so imagine this. You're walking through the terminal, right?
Okay.
And instead of those, like, generic flight announcements blaring over the loudspeaker, your phone buzzes with a personalized update. Like, oh, your gate's changed. But don't worry, there's a shortcut. And it pops up right on your map, guides you there with time to spare.
Ooh, I like that. Less stress about missing my flight.
Right. And you even get, like, a little suggestion for quick coffee stop along the way because, the AI has learned your usual order and sees you've got a layover.
That's pretty slick. It's like having a personal airport assistant, but without the, like, awkward small talk.
Exactly. And that's just, scratching the surface. Remember we were talking about blockchain earlier?
Yeah.
It can play a huge role in personalizing your journey while still keeping all your data super secure.
Okay, I gotta be honest. Whenever I hear blockchain, my mind goes straight to, like, crypto and NFTs. Not exactly travel related, in my mind.
I get that. A lot of people think that. But think of it this way. Blockchain can create this, like, secure, tamper-proof record of your identity and all your travel documents.
Okay.
And it's all accessible just by, like, tapping your phone. No more digging through your bag for that, like, crumpled passport or worrying about losing your tickets.
So it's like a digital passport, but way more secure and impossible to lose in the depths of my carry-on.
Exactly. Plus, because it's decentralized, all your info isn't stored in like one single vulnerable location.
Yeah.
So it's more secure and you've got more control over your own data.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a win-win in my book. But speaking
Oh,
of data, can we address the elephant in the room here?
mhm.
Privacy concerns?
Yeah.
With all this tech, like tracking our movements and our preferences, how does Airport 4.0 make sure our information actually stays safe?
That's like the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
And it's one that has to be addressed right from the start. Airports and tech companies, they need to be radically transparent about like what data they're collecting, how they're using it. Think clear privacy policies, opt-in options for data sharing, and super robust security measures to prevent any like unauthorized access.
So it's not just about like the cool tech itself, but also building that trust with passengers so they feel comfortable using these new systems.
100%. Airport 4.0, it shouldn't be about replacing human interaction altogether.
Yeah.
It's about figuring out where tech can actually enhance it.
Okay.
Like imagine airport staff, they're equipped with tablets. They can instantly access your travel details, your preferences, whatever you need, offer personalized assistance, maybe resolve an issue quickly.
Okay, that would be so much better than getting stuck in a long customer service line only to like finally talk to someone who has no clue what's going on.
Exactly. It's about using tech to empower staff to be more helpful, not to replace them entirely.
Makes sense. So we've talked about personalized updates, these digital identities, streamlined assistance. What other cool, like futuristic features does Airport 4.0 have up its sleeve?
Get ready for the wow factor because this is where things get really interesting. Imagine like augmented reality overlays guiding you through the terminal.
Whoa.
Yeah, so arrows are like literally pointing you to your gate. Real-time info about, I don't know, restaurants or shops. It just pops up as you walk by. You could even have translation services appear right on your phone screen if you're in a foreign airport.
Okay, that's like next level. No more frantically trying to decode airport signs in a language I don't understand.
Right. And it's not just about, navigation. Picture this. You slip on a VR headset and boom, you're instantly transported to a tropical beach while you wait for your flight.
And that's what I call a stress-free layover.
Exactly. Or, I don't know, maybe you take a virtual tour of your destination to get like acquainted with the city before you even land.
Ooh, I like that.
It's about turning what used to be like wasted downtime into opportunities for, I don't know, entertainment, relaxation, exploration, whatever you're feeling.
I'm down for all of that. But this all sounds amazing. But let's be real for a sec. Accessibility is huge. How does Airport 4.0 make sure these advancements benefit everyone, not just like the tech-savvy travelers or those who have the latest gadgets?
That's such a crucial point. Airport 4.0, it shouldn't create a two-tiered system, right?
Exactly.
So think like AI-powered wheelchairs that can navigate the airport autonomously, sensory rooms specifically designed for, travelers with autism, real-time translation services available to anyone who needs them, things like that.
Those are such good examples of how tech can be used to make travel more inclusive. It's not about making things flashy for the sake of it, but really making sure everyone feels welcome and empowered to like navigate the airport with ease.
Yeah, exactly. Airport 4.0, it should be about removing barriers, not creating new ones.
100%. Okay, so we've covered how Airport 4.0 can like personalize our journeys, make things smoother, more efficient, maybe even add a little bit of that like futuristic fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is really cool. But what about the bigger picture here? We can't talk about the future of travel without talking about its impact on, the environment. Okay, so we talked about personalized journeys, AI assistance, even like virtual reality lounges in airports. But we can't talk about the future of travel without talking about its impact on, the environment.
Yeah.
How does Airport 4.0 factor sustainability into all this innovation?
Yeah, that's a big one, right? And it's actually, that's where things get really interesting. You remember how we were talking about AI optimizing airport operations, making everything smoother.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not just about speed and efficiency. It's about lessening the environmental impact, too.
Okay, so like, give me an example. How does that actually work in an Airport 4.0 world?
Okay, imagine like a system that's constantly analyzing data flight schedules, weather
Yes.
patterns, even like passenger traffic flow,
Mhm.
Okay, all to predict energy usage throughout the airport. So lights automatically dim in areas where there aren't a lot of people, temperatures adjust based on real-time occupancy, baggage handling systems power down during lulls, but like all seamlessly, so passengers don't even notice.
Wow. So it's like the airport itself becomes this like well-oiled, energy-efficient machine.
Exactly. And it goes even further. Think waste management. AI-powered systems could sort and manage waste so much more effectively, maybe even identify recyclable materials that, might have been missed before.
See, that's huge because airports, they generate a ton of waste. So even small improvements in like recycling could have a huge impact.
Huge. And remember how we were talking about blockchain and like supply chains earlier?
Yeah.
That plays a role here too. Imagine airports using blockchain to track the sourcing of everything. Like I'm talking construction materials, food products, you name it. Make sure everything meets like really strict sustainability standards.
So you could like order a meal at the airport and actually know where those ingredients came from, that they were produced ethically and sustainably.
Exactly. It's about transparency.
Yeah.
Giving passengers the information to make more responsible choices.
That's a level of like visibility I've never even considered. It seems like Airport 4.0 is really trying to connect all these dots: efficiency, passenger experience, and like we're talking about environmental impact, and using technology to find solutions that actually benefit like everyone, not just the airports themselves.
Yeah, and that's what's so exciting about it. It's about realizing that all these challenges, they're interconnected. We need a more like holistic approach. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Airport 4.0, what's like the one big takeaway you want to leave our listeners with?
That's a good question. I think the future of air travel, it's definitely exciting, but it's not like set in stone. It's being shaped right now by the choices that we make, the technologies we develop, the values we prioritize. Airport 4.0, it's not about like blindly adopting every new gadget or piece of tech, but more about asking ourselves, how can we use these tools to create a more sustainable, efficient, and enjoyable experience for everyone?
It's about keeping the focus on people, not just plans and algorithms, right?
Exactly. The most important thing you can do as a traveler is like stay informed, ask questions, make your voice heard. The future of airports, it's a journey we're all taking together.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Mm.
And on that note, that's a wrap on our deep dive into Airport 4.0. Huge thanks to our expert for like breaking down this complex topic.
Of course. Glad to be here.
And to all of you listening, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the next episode.